The moon landing was faked. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong supposedly became the first human to walk on the moon. Or, if you ask a surprisingly loud corner of the internet, he took one small step onto a Hollywood set. These moon truthers believe the entire thing was staged by NASA with the help of, wait for it, Stanley Kubrick. Because who else could fake low gravity, dramatic lighting, and patriotism all in one take? The evidence? Oh, there's plenty. No stars in the photos, the flag waving in the wind on the airless moon, weird shadows going in different directions like a bad TikTok green screen. Some even say the US had to fake it just to one-up the Soviets because nothing says Cold War victory like a televised sci-fi special. NASA's response? A collective eye roll. But for believers, the grainy footage, missing telemetry data, and oddly cinematic framing are all just too convenient. People actually believe it because the footage looks like it was filmed on a potato. And honestly, would it really shock you if the government faked something for national pride? The Earth is flat. Despite 500 years of science, satellites, and people literally flying around the globe, there are still folks who insist, with chest, that the Earth is flat. Not a globe, not a sphere, just a big cosmic dinner plate. In this theory, Antarctica isn't a continent. It's a giant ice wall that keeps all the oceans from spilling over. Think Game of Thrones, but sponsored by YouTube. The sun? It's a tiny spotlight circling above the flat Earth like a confused drone. And gravity? That's fake too. We're not being pulled down. The Earth is just constantly accelerating upward, obviously. Flat Earthers believe NASA is in on it, faking photos, doctoring footage, and silencing anyone who tries to tell the truth. Pilots, scientists, astronauts, all liars, all actors. Except for the guy on TikTok balancing a spirit level on a plane. He's the real hero. But people actually believe it, because if you distrust everything, governments, media, science, then the globe becomes just another lie. And also, let's be honest, a flat Earth is easier to draw. 5G caused COVID-19. Just when you thought 2020 couldn't get weirder, along came a theory so bold, so baffling, it actually led people to set phone towers on fire. The idea that 5G caused COVID. According to this theory, the ultra-fast wireless technology we were all excited about was actually a secret weapon. The story goes like this. 5G radiation either weakened everyone's immune system, allowing the virus to spread, or worse, 5G towers were literally transmitting the virus through invisible death waves. Because, you know, that's how biology works now. People genuinely believed the pandemic wasn't caused by a virus, but by bad vibes from cell towers. Some even claimed Wuhan was the first city to roll out 5G, and boom! Coincidentally, the first COVID hotspot. Of course, this conveniently ignores dozens of other cities with 5G and zero outbreak. But when you're deep enough into a rabbit hole, logic's just a speed bump. But people actually believe it because fear plus tech jargon plus a global crisis equals the perfect conspiracy soup. And when people don't understand how something works, like viruses or Wi-Fi, it's easier to just blame the nearest glowing tower. The Illuminati controls the world. Welcome to the granddaddy of all conspiracy theories, the Illuminati. The idea that a shadowy cabal of ultra-powerful elites secretly runs everything. Governments, media, banks, music videos, you name it, they're pulling the strings. Founded, allegedly, in 1776, the original Illuminati were a group of Enlightenment thinkers who hated monarchs and religion. But somewhere along the line, they apparently upgraded from political philosophy to world domination. Fast forward to today, and now they're blamed for literally everything. War, Illuminati, financial collapse, Illuminati, Beyoncé doing a triangle hand sign, yep, Illuminati. The symbols are everywhere, apparently. Chemtrails are mind control. You ever look up at the sky and see those long white streaks behind airplanes? Most people call them contrails, just condensation from jet engines. But to conspiracy theorists, oh no, those are chemtrails. Chemical trails sprayed by the government for reasons. Many reasons. Some say it's weather control, others think it's population control, and the really spicy theory, mind control. As in, the government is literally turning the sky into a big air diffuser for obedience mist. According to believers, those trails contain everything from aluminum particles to nanobots designed to mess with your thoughts, mood, and memory. Why else would you suddenly forget why you walked into a room? Chemtrails. That headache you got after watching the news. Chemtrails. Paul McCartney died in 1966. Imagine being so famous. People refuse to believe you're alive. Welcome to the Paul is dead theory. The idea that Beatles bassist Paul McCartney died in a car crash in 1966 and was secretly replaced by a lookalike. Because clearly, The best way to deal with band trauma is with a high-level cover-up and a global doppelganger contest. According to believers, the remaining Beatles were racked with guilt, so they started hiding cryptic clues in their songs and album art. Play Revolution 9 backwards. You allegedly hear, "Turn me on, dead man." Also, his appearance suddenly changed, as if people don't age or grow beards. Nope, must be fake Paul, or as die-hard theorists call him, Fall. Reptilian shapeshifters run the world. According to one of the internet's most impressively committed theories, world leaders, presidents, royals, CEOs, and probably your neighbor with HOA power aren't human. They're reptilian aliens in disguise. Yes, lizard people, walking among us, wearing human suits. This theory was popularized by David Icke, who basically said Earth is run by an ancient race of cold-blooded extraterrestrials that can shapeshift into humans, drink human blood, obviously, and control everything from the media to your mood. The British royal family. Lizards. Most US presidents? Lizards. Mark Zuckerberg. Do you even have to ask? True believers point to things like slit pupils on camera glitches, weird blinking, and robotic behavior during interviews as proof. Because when your YouTube buffer stutters, clearly that's a shape-shifting reptile caught mid-blink. Everything is a psyop. This one's not just a conspiracy theory, it's the final boss of conspiracy theories. The idea that everything you see, hear, feel, or believe is part of a psyop, a psychological operation designed to manipulate you. Your favorite meme? A psyop. That trend you followed? Psyop. This video? Double psyop. The theory goes like this: nothing happens organically anymore. Every viral moment, every culture war, every oops, I said something controversial on a podcast moment, all strategically planted to distract, divide, or desensitize you. The media lies, the counter-media lies about the media lying, and somewhere in between you're just sitting there, doom-scrolling into oblivion. Some even extend this to NPC theory, the idea that most people aren't even real, just scripted background characters in a simulation built to keep you compliant. Suddenly that barista who never makes eye contact feels a little too robotic, doesn't he?